I think we all agree that a detailed water plan is extremely critical for this application. And unfortunately, we do not have a water plan right now because of the reasons we all know. I do not want to indefinitely suspend this application, but want to give enough time to the applicant to come up with a detailed water plan.
Why?
No.
Why? Don't suspend.
Why?
Dismiss. Don't suspend.
Which will again serve so that the town and all the parties can react to. And again, that will
We're
depend
reacting now.
That will depend upon the type of detailed water plan we receive and the type of advisory opinions the board might expect from different agencies. So I do agree that with Board Member Janet Coy, that the board has to talk about the time limit of suspension.
2 minutes.
The other parties, if they want to follow up on that before we discuss among ourselves about how much or how to sit.
I guess in regard to, so the motions to dismiss aren't are before us today, so we've already clarified that they'll be continued and we may be discussing them later. I guess what I'm interested in hearing from the applicant and then comments if appropriate from the other parties is in terms of, I do feel that the statute and this process, which it may be late in the process that you feel that Pasco Water District terminated that agreement, but it actually is not late in our process yet. We haven't begun the public hearings, the final hearings, and there's a lot of information still to be evaluated and decisions to be made. So I'd be inclined to suspend. I'd like to hear from the applicant whose hearing this is, and then and comments from the other parties about what in terms of that suspension might be in your opinion, and then hopefully we can discuss further where we want to come out on that.
I mean, my sense is that in terms of an update, that we certainly would be prepared to provide an update within 60 days to the board. And then, again, we've asked for 90 days in terms of what I described, putting together an agreement as well as the engineering set forward in Mr. McAvoy's suggestion.
We fail students who don't do their homework.
That's right.
On time.
Quiet so we can have this proceeding. So obviously it is your burden to provide the water supply plan. I would like to, in our order, reference that letter, which I think was a good list, not necessarily a complete list of all the elements of that we would want to see. And my thinking would be...
Yes, I think we need to be clear at a minimum.
At a minimum. That I think a status update in 60 days makes sense, if not earlier, if there's something more, if there's something to put before us. But really it is the burden on the applicant to provide the sufficient information for the application, and then we'd have a chance to take a look at whether or not we feel that it's complete and we have the information we need.
So when we are talking about the status update, we can also see whether, as the applicant is saying, they can provide us the status update after 60 days. So when they provide us the status update, they have to submit us a report, or they have to formally come in front of the board and give us the status.
So to be clear, what I think we're talking about, we haven't determined yet the duration of the suspension. So we're talking about within, the have this on? Nope. Is it on?
Yes.
Thank you. So we're talking about not the duration of the suspension at this moment, but a status update in 60 days. I think it would be,
Oh my God.
I think we would like to see something in writing in advance, and then we could hold a public hearing after we get that. And in my opinion, a status update is really where do they stand? There's a lack of a water supply plan. There's other contentions in the other motions about other things that may be missing. So it would be a status update of where you stand in terms of the water supply plan or any elements of the application that are missing.
And just to
The power
think
does
that,
not require you to
the
exercise.
status update in 60 days should be in writing.
The
And
fact
then
that you have
if
the
we
power
think
to
that there's
suspend
something
does not
more,
require you to exercise.
excuse me, if people cannot be quiet while we're having this hearing, you're gonna have to leave. While,
It's going to end so
when
soon.
we review the information that comes in with the status update, then it may or may not be the case that there's anything to hear. So I just don't want to lock us into scheduling a hearing, definitely, if there's nothing to hear.
For me, when we say status update, what we are looking for right now, at least what I am looking for, is like more than just that we are working on it. It's like what the progress, as the applicant just mentioned, we might not have a final detailed plan till then, but still some sort of progress that's been made by the applicant
Why?
to find the water.
30 days.